So as soon as you start making a little bit of money online, you tend to do stupid shit with it a lot of times, or just spend it. Somehow the money just disappears. You can't even remember what did you spend on. Oh, I bought this fragrance. Oh, I bought these Nike shoes, or whatever. I bought these this software, right? This subscription, right? Spotify Premium, fucking everything else, right? You just, oh, I bought a new watch, right? I bought so much random stuff that the money just disappears. Right? I took this girl out on a date to this restaurant, and just somehow it just disappears. Here are a few things, in my opinion, are worth spending money on as soon as you start making a little bit. The first one will show if you're a pussy or not, if you're a fucking Jew or if you're not, which is give 100 to like $500 a month to your parents. Now maybe you can't afford that, but you can afford to give $50, $100 a month to your parents every single month. Okay, I don't care how broke you are, you can find $100 to give to your parents. Why? This might not even fucking cover the costs that you're costing them each and every single month. This might not cover it. Okay, I'm gonna be fully honest, bro. A few $100 a month, bro, they spend a lot of money on you. A lot of times the parents, the electricity that you consume, whatever, the food from the fridge, etc., they spend a lot of money on you. But if you can give them a few $100 every single month, that will take a little tiny bit of stress off of them when that random $75 bill comes from, I don't know, extra water, right, consumption this month, right? It doesn't really bother them that much, or it doesn't stress them out so much because you've already given them like $300 this month extra, just like that. And if you're in a poor European country where your parents make like $1,000 a month or even less than that, a few $100 will mean a lot to them. So, and for, yeah, this is well worth it just to take stress out of their lives a little bit, tiny bit. They will still have to work. They still, you don't retire them with $1,000 a month, okay? But it will take a lot of stress out of their lives, and I think that this is well worth it. But the second reason for it is because they will have so much more respect for you, okay? Like so many guys, for example, or that their parents won't let them eat eggs, as many eggs as they want to, or only eat beef or whatever. They will let you do whatever the fuck you want. Or maybe they won't, but they will respect you a little bit more. And again, if they won't, find a way to move out. Okay, I'm lucky enough that I don't live with my parents anymore, right? My parents are my neighbors, but I live alone finally. However, even if I was in this situation where my parents never had a problem with me eating healthy, right? But there are parents, evil parents out there that will try to take you away from eating healthy or whatever. That won't happen as soon as they respect you, as soon as they think that you know what you're talking about, because they still trust the fat doctor with diabetes instead of you, a healthy young man. Hopefully, if you're watching my videos, you already have a six-pack, you're in great shape, whatever. If you're not, welcome here. You might as well start watching my fitness videos, and you might as well start applying the advice. However, yeah, man, take some stress out of their lives. They might respect you more if you give them some money, right? If you see that you're trying to, I'm trying to look for that word. They're helping them, or trying to at least. Okay, they're not a fucking stinky Jew. You're not a stingy and stinky. A stingy Jewish motherfucker who keeps all the money to himself and he's afraid to give a little bit to the parents who gave you life. Okay, stop being that, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. If you're a Jew watching this video, get the fuck out of here. Okay, Jews are, I'm a proud anti-Semite. Jews are not welcome on this channel. So second one is communities, courses, and coaching. You'll learn so much, but not just learn so much, but this is why I put communities as the first thing, because it's not just about the courses or the information, but the communities, because of the people that you meet and that you have this constant support, and that you see that you're, because this path is very lonely, let's be honest. You finally have someone who understands you, and you finally have a lot of people that understand you, and you build this relationship with these people. You start making money online together, and then you meet up in real life. This is so amazing. I'm telling you from my personal experience, this is so amazing. You want to do this. Courses and coaching, whatever. If you want to grow your business, you will have to invest in yourself. Okay, this is the best This is the best investment on earth. Forget a S&P 500, forget Bitcoin, forget all of that. Yes, put some money into crypto as well, put some money into all of that as well after you've invested in yourself like this, okay? Because if you make some money with your investments, you didn't learn shit. This way, you learn a shit ton of stuff. Will you get scammed a couple of times? Maybe. I've never got scammed, but let's say you do. That's also a lesson that you might learn, right? If I got scammed, I'll make a YouTube video out of it, right? And somebody might watch it, might help somebody. So don't look at it also negatively. But yeah, obviously, like, don't give your money away to anyone, right? See if that person is a trustworthy fucking person, okay? Whatever. That's definitely a thing to keep in mind. Books is another thing, okay? It's a free time filler. You know those time gaps when you just done your work already, right? You finished your task list for the day. You don't really have anything else to do, so you just watch YouTube videos. Yeah, or you just scroll on Instagram. You know, the most guys that struggle with porn addictions and video games, it's because they don't have anything else to do in that time. Whenever you're bored, just grab that book and grab a book that you like. I'm gonna name a few books here, but if you're not interested in reading them, don't buy them, because this needs to be like a default automatic thing that you do in your free time that replaces the Instagram addiction, that replaces the video game addiction, that replaces the YouTube addiction. Okay, this needs to be your entertainment. So find a book that you genuinely love or that you're interested in from an author that you actually want to read. Okay, so first one is from David Goggins, The Can't Hurt Me and Never Finish. I'm gonna give you 5 books. These are the first 2. These are in chronological order. You should read them one by one as I named them. But if you don't care to read one of these books, don't read it, or don't read it just yet until you get into the habit of reading. And then later on, you can start reading books that you're not so interested in already, but you already like reading as a whole. Okay, so for example, for me, Atomic Habits, it doesn't have a story. It's just tips and it's just philosophies. I wouldn't suggest someone to read Atomic Habits as their first book. I would say definitely start reading Can't Hurt Me from David Goggins, and then Never Finished, which is a continuous to that. But why? Because it's a story. It's David Goggins' story. When you're reading a story, at least for me, even with video games, I always loved story more video games because, and love Netflix series or whatever, because I couldn't wait to find out what's gonna happen in next chapter, what's gonna happen next episode, what's gonna happen in the next mission in the game, right? So this is why I love story books with value in them as the first few books that you read until you start enjoying reading, and then you can read more boring books like The Way of the Superior Man, like what else? The Millionaire Fastlane. Although The Millionaire Fastlane is a pretty shit book, I wouldn't suggest that one. I got a couple of others that I would suggest to read. Who is Max Lewis? That's another book that I would like you to read. It's not a very known book because it's from the podcast I did with Max Lewis, actually. And he told in the book, he told the story of how he built his propane business, how he eventually sold it for $37 million, or although his first goal was to sell it for 25, he ended up selling it for 37. He had a higher ambition, right? And this whole entrepreneurship journey that you can take a lot of lessons out of, like how his brother betrayed him and everything. There's so much in it that you can learn from. So I would highly suggest you to read that book if you care to, even maybe watch the podcast first, see if you like Max and if you're even interested in the author. But David Goggins is a thing that everybody knows, so that's why I would say Can't Hurt Me and Never Finished. If you like David Goggins, these books, you're gonna love them. Think and Grow Rich, another book that's amazing, but I would say focus on the mindset first and then focus on business. So take a mindset filled book, or from someone like Andrew Huberman. I don't know if he ever released a book or anything like that. Pick like these types of books. They're most like on philosophies, like The War of Art from Sun Tzu, or all these books, before you focus on business books, right? Like Think and Grow Rich. then the 4-hour work week, and then Deep Work, because you also Deep Work is such an amazing book. Okay, I suggest these 5 books: Can't Hurt Me, Never Finish, Think and Grow Rich, 4-Hour Work Week, and The Deep Work. If you can read these 5 books, this is the starter pack to the reading books, in my opinion. There's The Way of the Superior Man, but almost everybody's read that by now already. Yeah, there are so many other good self-improvement books, but I would suggest you to read these ones first. Another thing that you can spend your money on is genuine health, because as soon as you have a lot of money but you fucked up your health, it's very hard to, how should I say it, to fix your health. To preserve your health is cheaper than fixing it. So you're gonna spend a lot more money on fixing it if you fuck it up. So why not just maintain it? First thing is a reverse osmosis water filter, right? Put it on your faucet, right? Maybe ask your dad to help you with it. You know, it's a manual thing to do. Costs a few $100, but it's worth it because, man, the tap water has estrogenics in them, endocrine disruptor. Your testosterone is going lower because of that. It's genuinely thing that's limiting your testosterone so much. I would highly suggest this. Sparkling water, or it doesn't even have to be sparkling, but just buy water that's in a glass or that's not tap water. So with the tap water problem, you can either start buying sparkling water or buying water from the store, or buy a reverse osmosis water filter, right? One of these 2 solutions. Honestly, sometimes I like buying, like, for example, for me, I put tap water into this fucking Super Sparrow stainless steel water bottle. This is because I got a water filter already, right? So for me, it's okay. But some videos you could have seen from me that I had those glass bottles from Matoni, and it's sparkling water, right? Or you can buy them in cans, you can buy them in glass. Don't buy them in plastic, by the way. That's also another way to avoid tap water, in my opinion. Yeah, avoid tap water. Find a way, right? So find a way to avoid it, ideally. High quality food, right? Buy beef that the cows haven't been fucking tortured by, right? So it's usually the more expensive ones, the better quality ones. Buy better eggs. Buy eggs from a farm rather than from the supermarkets if you can. Like, the more money you make, the higher quality your foods should be. You shouldn't be buying at Tesco or at the same supermarkets if you make 10K, 20K a month, and then even more, right? You shouldn't be buying at the same stores. You should buy higher quality foods as soon as you can afford it. In terms of health, another thing is Salt and Stone deodorants and body washes, right? So Salt and Stone is this one brand that I found, and I'm sure there are some other brands that you can find, but these ones I like the most. Salt and Stone, they make deodorants and body washes without aluminum, and if you know, aluminum is an endocrine disruptor which lowers your test again. So that Old Spice, that Adidas deodorant, right? That fucking, what else? Head and Shoulders, all this bullshit is so estrogenic. It lowers your testosterone like hell. If you can start from brands like Salt and Stone or anything similar to it without aluminum in them, bro, if you can buy deodorants and body washes without aluminum in them, that's such a big improvement, honestly. Like, you literally put it on your skin and it enters your pores. So this will make a very big difference. And then the last thing that I would put, in terms of health, by the way, there are a lot of more things that you can do, like Calvin Klein or these brands that make cotton underwear, right? Make sure, because Calvin Klein, they still make some polyester underwear. So make sure that if you wear underwear, you buy some that are made out of 100% cotton, right? Not polyester. Polyester is an endocrine disruptor and it's estrogenic. Full 100% cotton. And there are some other brands, but the best one that I know of is Calvin Klein, which is the most known one. Buy t-shirts that are 100% cotton if you can. Buy towels. Towels, that's a very important thing, because also it's directly enters your pores as you dry yourself with a towel. So buy some towels that are 100% cotton, okay? What else could you do? Honestly, there are so many things for your health. I don't want to make this video all about that. So we're already 15 minutes in, bro. So the last thing that I'm going to mention that's on this list is random trips, and ideally with friends, right? So if you can just once a month maybe get a random trip to a country right next to you, if you're in Europe, for example. For example, I'm in Czech Republic. I sometimes would go just to Berlin or to Warsaw, right? Poland or Germany, right next to me, just for like a day. Spend like maybe $60 for that day. It's like it's a train ride there and back. Go to the gym there, maybe try a new cafe there or some restaurant or whatever. Come back home in the evening, and it's fun, right? Or maybe go in, if you're in the United States, go to a new state, or maybe go to a new city. Just, if you can do these things once every few months, ideally once a month if you could. Right? Like I don't go to other countries every month, but I go to a new city every month. Right. So one day a month, I just pick up my things. I maybe go with a girl or whatever, or with some friends, and I go just to a new city in my country. Sometimes I will go to Poland, sometimes I would go to Germany, but a lot of times I just go to different city in this country. So it's a fun thing to do, and it doesn't really cost that much, and it's a memory that you can keep forever, right? So I would tell you to stop being such a Jew and stop looking for the highest ROI thing, because it's subjective. Return on investment is subjective. Oh, let me put more money in the S&P 500. Bro, you should be wanting to make 90% of your money with business and then 10% put it into investments. Okay. And then again, I have a lot of experience with, not a lot, but I have a decent amount of experience with meme coins in the past year, right? And don't get me wrong, I still try to trade, I still try to learn, right? But I even look at a best case scenario that I have like a peanut type moment where imagine that you have a fucking 200x or whatever, right? You still didn't learn anything. And now you're just stressed because now you have like 50 grand, 100 grand in your bank account, and you don't know what the fuck do I do with this, right? Because you didn't learn how to pay taxes, for example. You don't know like how do I actually use this money legally, right? Because you can't just put it in your bank account, spend it, because then you owe taxes. You have to tax the money that you earn from meme coins, for example. So that's why I would say focus on business and don't rely on meme coins to make you rich. Okay, it's a pretty shameful way to become rich. Anyways, enough of this yap. May God bless you. I'll catch you on the next one.